Yo, guys, how is everybody doing today? Thanks for coming in and for joining the stream here. And so today we are, the camera is a little bit off here. I don't know if this camera angle looks too good. Now it looks good. Okay, here we go. We got we got a special guest here, Moss Presents. And so Moss, tell me, how are you doing today?
Well, so far so good. I'm very excited to be here. Yeah. Hello, internet. We're back. Biggest life, twice as ugly.
There you go. Yeah, man, dude, today it has been hot this summer, hasn't it? It's been like it's been 90 degrees, and I was like sweat. I was outside today, and it was like humid, and oh, dude, it was scorching out, man.
Yeah, no, I live in the southeast part of the U.S. Not quite Florida, so like not like bath salts eat your face type of area, but close enough. And baby powder is normally like my go-to to deal with sweat, but it's turning into pancake batter by the end of my workday.
Oh,
It's
dude,
just
yeah.
ah, ah.
If
You
I
know
could
what's
just cook an egg outside, then oh yeah, I would. I think I could do it on my deck. Like I just like boil, or not boil, but saute an egg right outside. Not even like put it on a stove or anything. Just have it out in the sun. It would
yeah.
turn into solid.
Car cookies. You just take like a baking sheet and put cookie dough on a baking sheet and set it in your dash on like the in front of the windshield of your car. And by the time you get out of work, cookies are done.
There you go. Hey, that's a way to do it. Does get boiling hot in there. What's up,
I
Fernando? Fernando, how's it going?
Fernando.
Fernando.
No, I sweat so much that like by about noon, right? Because I work like a normal like 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. ish shift. Like I will sweat so much my fingers will be pruny like I've been at the pool all day. Like it is that bad.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I've been hotter. I've been in Africa in July and it's worse.
Ooh.
It's not a competition, but it's hot in Africa.
Oh,
It
yeah.
feels like that. It feels like that.
I have never been in Africa before, so I don't think I want to know what it's like. So, yeah, I'm glad I'm not
Overall
there.
bad, Devin. Overall, it's bad.
Yeah,
Pretty rough.
I'll take your word for it. What we do here, for anybody who doesn't know, is we start off with the warm-up questions, and then after the warm-up questions we go to the shape-shifting questions, which are like if you were to turn into a certain thing, then, or if you were to turn into someone, then who would it be, or what would it be. And then we go into the streaming questions, and then we go into the juicy gaming questions as well. So Moss, tell us what if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Ooh, superpower? Dang. As a comic nerd, you'd think I would know this immediately. I'm gonna go with telepathy.
Telepathy? That's a good one, man.
Landslide for telepathy. If I had to go for something more obscure, I would go with this is a not very well known comic book character called Forget Me Not. And what this character's like power is, unless you are directly addressing and looking at this person, as soon as you break contact with them visually, or like if you're on the phone with them, as soon as you break contact with them, every and any memory of that person you had is gone
Really?
until you see or communicate with them again. The character's called Forget Me Not. They did a really cool one shot with him a few years ago in Marvel where he was basically like a spy for Professor X.
I
And
th-
yeah, he would like go and gather intel, and no one would know he was gathering intel because as soon as he left, they would forget he ever existed. They had no
huh.
idea. You can get a fist fight with the guy, and like you wake up, or like your fight would end, and you just be like, man, why is my mouth so I feel like I got punched in the face. But then in the comics, they had a arc where Professor Xavier died, but his comic books, so nobody stays dead forever unless you're like Uncle Ben or Bill Foster. But yeah,
Yeah.
they killed Professor X off for a little bit, and they did a little arc about Forget Me Not, like talking to different characters, and like people just like it was pretty depressing
Yeah.
for his existence. But it's a cool power. If I had to go with power I want versus like really obscure power, Forget Me Not is really obscure. I think it'd be really cool for like things you could do, and just for like flexing. Telepathy, like how do you top that?
Yeah. That's a good question. I mean, especially if you had the power to like wipe other people's memory by like not looking at them.
Yeah, just telepathic lobotomy.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like I would not I don't know how I wouldn't like a I don't think I would want a person who would I don't think I'd want to hang out with a person who like as soon as I look away from him like who was I talking to again? Like, like that's
Not even what, who was I talking, like what was I talking about? Like you
yeah.
could have given away government secrets.
Yeah.
How about you?
Right.
You got a power, like off the hip that you'd want?
I always default to I always default to what is it called? Electric powers. Because I've always liked the idea of like having the power of electricity. I mean, and I think that to me is just a cool idea. But if I had to go, if I had another power, it would probably be firepower. But instead of like forming like the typical hot red fire that you typically see, I want to have like blue fire. Like I'd be able to come up with like blue fire, like super hot fire. And
Like
that'd be my
electrokinesis or like pyrokinesis kind of thing?
well, yeah, like no, like I just have like regular old superpowers except hotter than usual. So basically,
No, no, pyrokinesis. I mean, like,
pyrokinesis. Yeah. Power pyrokinesis. Yeah, yeah.
so when did you realize you enjoyed burning things?
Oh,
Like
you were
what
calling
age?
me a pyromaniac. Pyromaniac. I mean, it's like
Sorry,
yeah.
that was
No,
rude.
that I've. I don't know. When did I become a pyromaniac? Shoot, that's a good question. I always fantasize about burning down my shelf right behind me. It's
Damn you, IKEA!
like it's like I
No,
hate these.
it's actually kind of cool that you mentioned like lightning powers. I've always for a lot of games, a lot of games, fire is like the go-to like default special like magic ability, right? Like almost any Final Fantasy, the first spell you get is like fire. Um, one of the main characters in like Castle Crashers, like their key power is fire. It's just such a default go-to ability, like Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, uh, any ARPG, anything that is like based on the D20 system. Fire. I too, I too always preferred lightning. So you mentioned lightning before fire. I was just like, yeah,
Yeah,
that fucks with it.
yeah. Or just like have both powers combined, like kind of like what you're suggesting there. That'd be kind of cool.
Yo, Doc, how many chilies do you think you can eat before I suddenly combust?
Yeah, he's up for I know what he wants. He wants ghost peppers. Mac is like, I'm craving ghost peppers right now. I bet you I could take those on. That'd be
I don't have it anymore, but I used to for a very short while on the channel. I would like, yeah. Are you familiar with the YouTube series Hot Ones?
yes.
Yeah, I had their last dab hot sauce, and like for a sub, I would just take the little bottle. It was only like maybe 12 milliliters or 12 ounces, not milliliters. And I would just like take a little like shot of the last dab hot sauce,
Yeah.
and I don't know where that bottle went. I'm pretty sure I finished it, but I like
Probably.
spice. I'm a
Dude,
fan
yeah.
of spice.
Spice is great. I used to like really not like really really hot spice, but pretty hot spice. I could eat like a jalapeno. Just about. I was like, okay, I mean, it's not like super hot, but it
No. Well, there's also a difference between like something being spicy and it like being flavorful, like a jalapeno,
yeah.
and then like some of it's like outrageous of like 6 million Scoville level hot sauce. Like it's just unnecessarily hot or like hot for a reason. Some things are so hot that like if you touch it, you'll burn your fingerprints. Other things like whenever I say I like spice, I mean like spice with a purpose.
Yeah. Spice with a purpose, yeah.
Then again, I'm also a white dude who married a Hispanic woman, so like I like my flavors. I like my spice. I got one taste of brown sugar, and I've never looked back. She showed me the way to like really season food.
Oh yeah.
I think that ignited the love for spicy stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. What would be your useless superpower?
Useless superpower?
Yeah.
Sympathetic pooper.
Hmm. Hmm.
Someone else has to poop, all of a sudden I gotta poop too. It's kind of like yawning. You know how like whenever someone else yawns, like you are compelled to yawn. Um, which by the way, as a species, as humans, we are very lucky that was the contagious like thing that humans could do. Could you imagine if like getting cold was contagious? Like if you got a sudden chill, you're just like, oh, all of a sudden I'm cold. Then the guy next to you is just like, oh, I'm cold too. And then you just had like this back and forth cycle of or like just in perpetuity, both of you just getting colder and colder. Or I don't know, like crying,
Yeah.
if crying was like contagious.
Well, yeah, there's the empathy part of side of people and whatnot. But yeah, like everybody kind of has a different feel for temperature, if that makes any sense,
It does.
So like, one people who thinks that maybe 73 degrees is hot, maybe somebody else thinks that's a little bit chilly or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, but like if we all thought temperature was not subjective basically, then yeah, it'd be kind of, you know
I mean, I feel like we have empirical evidence that temperature is subjective because there's a lot of people a few months ago that were talking about how they couldn't wait for the summer. Well, the summer's here, so I need those folks who are like dogging on folks who enjoy the winter. It's like, oh, winter's so awful. It's so cold. You can't do anything. You always have like a runny nose. Like, okay, cool. I need you to keep that energy. I need you to go the fuck outside right now. I need you to stay outside. It's summer. It's your season. Let her rip. Good luck.
yeah,
Wear some sunscreen.
or sunscreen, yeah, go to the beach, do something, yeah.
No, I just mean like in general.
Yeah, in general.
Have you seen like the how angry people get about like it's like summer mains versus winter mains,
I
seasonal prejudices.
Not the
Oh
seasonal prejudices, but there's a lot,
yeah,
like, really, I
summer's the
mean,
best season. Prove it. Go outside right now for like the entire day. Go outside and enjoy your summer that you were so excited about in the winter, and don't come back to the air conditioning until you're learned your lesson.
yeah, yeah, it's like I haven't had like any if I can remember, as far as I remember, as far back as I can think, I've never heard anybody like try to argue with, like, at least not assertively, with like what season is the best season. And they've always just been like, oh, I like this better, that's me. And then I don't know, we leave it at that, man. We just kind of leave it right there, basically.
Well, you're young. One day it'll happen, and then whenever that day happens, let me know because I can let you know that congratulations, now you're old. These are the weird things that old people argue about. Duck
Yeah,
season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season,
I've seen
winter, fall.
other crazy things about people citing on different topics. I don't really want to go there because I feel like then that's gonna happen on this chat. But
Twitch is better, YouTube's better, Twitch is better, YouTube's better,
Kick is better. Like, yeah, okay,
Kick is better.
Kick is better. Yeah, what was that other one? Oh, what was it called? Trovo, I think is what it was.
Trovo was a
Trovo.
thing.
Yeah, like Trovo. I don't even think Trovo lasted that long. That was the other streamer platform, but then like something happened to it. I don't even know. I
It
think,
lasted a weekend.
yeah, or something like that. I don't know. But there was, yeah. Anyway, this whole group kind of introduced me to Trovo when I was on this one Discord server, and they were like, "Oh, Trovo's the feature of Twitch," and I'm like, "It is." Well, I don't know. I guess I didn't completely doubt it, actually, now that I think about it, but that was a while ago.
I feel like anytime that something pops up that could compete with Twitch, people get excited about. Like Kick came along, and a lot of people were excited about it, but then it turned into degenerative, like not safe for work and like gambling only streaming. But I feel like anytime that something like Trovo comes along or Kick comes along, people get excited about it. Not because they like genuinely hate Kick. I think it's because competition breeds creativity. And if you have something competing with the number one brand for live streaming, either the number one brand needs to like adapt if they're doing something good, or they they're gonna fail. So like it's the excitement of like, maybe they'll change things, maybe they get something better.
Oh yeah, totally 100%
Hello,
agreed.
Jeremiah.
So, if you could, how do you? Okay, let me ask you this question. How do you spend your weekend?
So I stream. I try to stick to a static schedule for the stream because I have a full-time job. I work Monday through Friday pretty reliably. Sometimes I have to work weekends, but I get enough notice in advance that I can like cancel plans if I do have to work on a weekend. But anytime that I'm not streaming, I am trying to make up lost time with my wife. I've been married for 14 years now. Actually just had our 14-year anniversary on the 11th of this month. And yeah,
Happy
I
streaming
basically just spend
anniversary.
that time like, what's that?
I was saying happy stream anniversary.
No, no, marriage
Oh,
anniversary.
marriage. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I spend time like on weekends making up lost time with my wife that I spent
Oh, okay, okay.
doing streaming stuff.
Yeah, I
But
heard
I
you
mean,
wrong.
she's entirely on board with it. Like actually, like whenever I first started streaming, I had mentioned to her like I bought a camera so I could play D&D online with some of my friends. Not D&D online like on Steam. Like we have like the character sheets and the books in front of us, and we would play D&D using the internet to play with each other, with dice. And I mentioned to her like, I need to get a camera, and she was like, well, you've been thinking about maybe streaming, so if you're gonna get a camera, you should probably get a good one. So like she completely supports like me streaming and stuff like that. It's just because she's enthusiastic and supports me doing this, I want to make sure that like when I'm not doing stream stuff, I am making up for that time that I'm spending away from her doing stuff with her.
Yeah, nice.
It could be anything from like a couple of weeks ago I taught her how to play Magic the Gathering, and now we've got another expensive hobby. Um, but it's like just catching up on shows, spending time with each other, uh, anything from like running errands to like actually having a date kind of
Yeah,
thing.
dude, right on. Yeah, that's always a good way to catch up. Although I guess I can't really speak to that because I'm like I'm single. I'm not married. So, but yeah, that sounds like a great way to to spend the weekend. So nice.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. So moving on real quick to the shape shifting questions. For time's sake, I'm probably just gonna ask one. If you could transform into any monster, what would it be?
The one under your bed.
Oh. And and what kind of monster do you picture under the bed?
That's entirely up to you. It's under your bed.
Hmm. Mysterious. Okay.
No, like actual monster, like mythological monster, or like just like big scary like like beast thing.
I was thinking like an actual monster, like um maybe Godzilla or King Kong or something like that. Just something random.
Predator.
Okay.
Yep. If I had to pick a monster, it'd be one of the predators. The mouths are kind of weird, but like the mandibles are really neat. But mostly just I think they're cool. One of my
Hmm.
favorite horror movie monster creature archetypes.
Hmm. Nice. That sounds fun. I'd easily be a dragon. Easily.
Dragon. What kind of dragon?
Dragon. Probably I would say, man, I always love the Spyro series, probably something along those lines. Maybe like an anthropomorphic dragon of some kind. I
Some
think that would be
more of like a Pixar art style esque dragon, not like a Smaug type thing.
yeah, sort of. Yeah. Basically that. Yeah, I think that might go be that would be my go-to choice. But yeah, so moving on to the streaming specific questions. Moss, how long have you been streaming for?
In
I think you already said that once, but oh, never mind.
No, I mentioned my
Um,
my wedding
yeah, I
anniversary.
keep I keep thinking like, yeah, I'm defaulting back. You can probably tell I've been like so busy, like my mind is just like not completely there, but
I feel you. It
yeah.
happens.
Oh yeah.
Even like you could do something like a dozen times and like the 13th time, it's just like, why am I buffering? Why is my brain buffering? But
Yeah.
no, it is June 25th today. So 4 years in 25 days.
Nice. So 4 years, 25 days.
Yep. In 25 days.
In
So
25 days.
3 years and 340 days.
Yeah.
But who's
Oh, well,
counting?
that's cool. So what made you want to stream in the first place?
A buddy at work mentioned that like the way that I speak, my cadence of speech, my delivery for like jokes and stuff like that, they were like, you could probably be really funny online. And I was just like, you're just being nice because I'm gonna rate your performance review this year. Um, then I mentioned to my wife that somebody said that as like a joke, and she was just like, "Do you want to try it?" And I was like,
It's
"Kinda,
like, wait a
kinda."
second. It's like, wait a sec, he's onto something.
No, the largest like reason that I wanted to stream, I lived in Japan for 4 years,
Oh,
like 4
really?
years of my life.
Yeah.
I don't speak any fucking Japanese. Okay, so I didn't make any local friends. I was there on a military base for 4 years, and every Saturday for 4 years, Smash Bros at Moss House. I got pictures like on my Facebook of like just like it was a weird like kind of tradition thing. I would just like take a picture at my doorway because we don't wear our shoes through the house.
Yeah.
I'll just take a picture of just this pile of shoes, and it started as just like 3 or 4 pairs of shoes. And then before I left Japan, they had a going away party for me at my house because obviously I had to do my own dishes. Thanks, guys. I just had this picture. I've got this picture of just like the whole like tile, the whole like square, like 3 by 4 foot large square that all these shoes were in is just full of shoes from people being there. I got a video of like just walking around with like 6 different setups for Smash Bros in my like tiny fucking 2 bedroom apartment.
Hmm.
And then I moved back to the US.
Okay.
And now I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like I gotta budget gas if I want to go get groceries, right? Like it's a trip to go anywhere other than work for where I live.
Mm.
So I missed it.
Yeah.
I missed that interaction. I missed that that development with like people and getting to know them and just playing games. So without any other option, it was just like, all right, cool. Wife is for it. People at work say I should try it. Fuck it. I'm gonna try streaming and I'm gonna try playing some games on the internet and see how it goes.
Yeah. Cool.
And I don't regret it.
Ah.
I feel like I would regret it if I didn't have the support of my wife. If she wasn't for it, I'd have probably already quit.
Yeah. No, for real. I was looking at well, because you saw me there, right? I was looking at like some of your like aesthetics and such. Like what inspired the look of your stream, like your intro or your let's say your be right back screen, or even like just your raid screen that you have set up. Like what inspired that?
Purely self-interest. That's one thing I really like about Twitch. Anybody can stream. You can do anything really on Twitch as long as it doesn't violate terms of service, right? I'm a
Yeah.
firm believer in like, live and let live, do whatever you want to do as long as you don't hurt anybody and you're enjoying yourself. I'm for it. So when I started streaming, I knew that I wanted a minimalistic overlay, right? Like for do you mind if I compare like my typical stream to like this very specific, like you have a specific overlay for the podcast?
Sure.
For a podcast, what your overlay is doing makes sense.
Mm. Yeah.
Versus whenever you're playing a game, it's obviously very different, right?
Yep.
So whenever I was like coming up with how I wanted my look overlay and everything else to look like, I had a very specific idea of like what I would like to see when I watch streams, whenever I watch Twitch. And I just wanted to do that. I ended up getting a green screen, which I don't use anymore because technology. But I would like just to maximize more of like the gameplay, use the green screen. Then I was just like, okay, well, cool. Plenty of people have green screens. How can I make like my use of a green screen pop more? And then I came up with the outline effect, right? I got that going for me. But then other people had outlines, and there's actually entirely like there's entire plugins to generate the exact same thing that I've got. So I was like, okay, cool. How can I make my outline stand up more? So I got with a buddy of mine, code. Can I plug somebody else?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
Code with TD,
Yeah.
twitch.tv/Code with TD. I was talking to him about like, hey man, so I'm trying to do this thing. Do you think you can do anything? And he was like, hold my beer. And 5 minutes later, he just sends me like this line of code, and he said, drop this in your bot, and it'll auto populate, and then just plug in the scene names and stuff. And now the outline actually responds to the chatter. So for anybody, I'm gonna show this real quick. For anyone who has no idea who I am or what I'm talking about, again, no, I don't have a green screen. Oh shit, hang on, Ganon's still there. Go away, Ganon.
Go away.
I don't have a green screen, but if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you can just do free background removal.
Mhm.
And I've got this like yellow outline around me that actually changes color based off people in the chat.
Yeah.
And I notice it, and you might notice it because you're also a streamer, but there are a lot of people like won't even notice it. It's just I didn't have to do that. But because like your initial question, like, what kind of inspired it? Pure self-interest. It's something I thought would look cool.
Mhm.
And I feel like at the core of most streaming, that's what most of us are trying to do. Just do stuff that we think is cool, right?
Yeah. So when you're saying that the outline responds to the chatters, right? Are you talking about like getting it, like having a redeeming a channel reward, or are you talking about like something entirely different?
So whenever you typed in chat earlier about thanks for the follow and I'm super stoked, you see how your like name shows up in blue?
Yeah.
You see how my name shows up in like a greenish yellow?
Yeah.
It pulls your Twitch account information, not account information. I'm sorry, that's the way wrong word. Your Twitch account identity,
Okay.
and it actually has a hexadecimal color code for what color your name appears in chat, and it loads that to be the outline color.
Okay. I think I know what you're saying. I believe. Um. Okay.
Like
That's
if you go to your Twitch account settings and like your edit chat, like if you just click on your name right now in the chat and you go to edit chat identity, one of those options, if you scroll down, is global name color.
okay.
That's the information my bot is fetching. It fetches that information and then it changes my outline to match the color of your chat identity.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
As far as like the starting soon thing, just having been on like Twitch as long as I have been, like some people just literally hit start streaming and they're just bam, they're already live. Like the game's already open. They're just like automatically, I'm gonna play a game, and that's fine. Me, there's a couple of things that on my channel I need to be live to test to make sure they work. So I
Yeah.
needed a starting soon screen, and you can just have like the words starting soon, and you can have like a GIF or a PNG or a picture or like even like a subdued like camera scene or something like that, or like you can have it like replaying like clips from your channel or something like that. You can do any number of things for a starting soon screen. um Pure self-interest.
Yeah.
I thought it would be funny to have a sitcom-esque opening scene, kind of like TV show back when they did like intro, like cartoons, like thank you for being a friend, or like Family Matters, like kind of thing. I'm old.
Eh,
um
yeah.
Cartoon intros for like your favorite shows and stuff like that. I just thought it'd be fun to do something like that, so I did. I made it. I made a bunch of b-roll stuff. the song the song is not mine. Well, I mean, it is mine, but that was purely coincidental. I was using non or DMCA free music when I first started making like the intro thing. Um, but then there was a channel that I rated, and one of the things they did in response to being rated was they made a song for
Hmm.
you. They would ask you like three questions, like, "Hey man, thanks for the raid. Welcome to Raiders. How's it going, everybody? I'm so and so. hey, Moss, if I rated them, like, Moss, what were you playing? Oh, you were playing that? Cool. Who's your favorite character? Oh, that is? Oh, that's cool. All right, yeah, no, I like that. Yeah. How's your night How's your night been? Oh, all right, cool. And then he just started recording, like, all acapella, just recording clips and sound bites, and he would just like save them and then put them on loops and put them on his little stream key or stream deck, and then he would just like just play it. And he does it live. Hi, Jeremiah. It's stuff like that just inspired me to like do more for
Okay.
literally everything.
Okay. That's
like,
okay. I've never actually seen that before. It's a unique way of
like somebody making a song in real
no,
time.
yeah, I mean somebody making a song out of like if I were out of Ray, that's unique.
Neither had I.
Yeah.
It blew my mind, dude. Like I just leaned back. I was like,
yeah. I'm right?
What
like,
is going on?
So what genre was it? Like I gotta wonder. Like
just chatting.
What was the genre of the song? Like was it just like acoustic or was it what was it?
No, it was like an acapella, like all vocals. Like he had a little sandbag and like a shaker, and he would just like play a little bit.
Yeah.
And he would just put that on a loop, so it was just like. And then he would, like once he had that like on loop, he would record himself going like bum bum be dum bum bum. Put that on loop, so then it's playing, and then he recorded himself saying Moss presents.
Oh, so that's where he got it from. Okay.
Yeah, like that whole song is him singing.
Oh.
Like that is literally ripped from his stream. I sent him a message like the next day because he was in the middle of the stream and I didn't want to bother him while I was streaming about it. I was like, "Hey man, would it be cool if I like used that?" He was like, "As long as you don't like ask for money from people for it, and you give me some credit, like yeah, go for it. I'm like, it's your song, go for it. Just don't like try to be weird about it. Like
don't be weird. Hey
yeah,
guys, you want money for this song? Like, okay,
I'm gonna start a song on my Patreon. Haha.
Yeah,
that's actually like I've gotten people asking me before like if I could upload it on YouTube, and I'm like I can't because in the off chance that gets monetized, that's money that he deserves, and I don't want to like take that away from him. So I'll keep it on the stream and I plug it. It's literally in the opening, like the starting scene video that I made. It says like this song was made by this person. It's in my about section on my Twitch. If you scroll down, you can see like, hey, check this dude out. I shout him out whenever I am asked about it because like, no, this is the guy who did the song, and they're amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, honestly. Like,
dude's also a fucking partner. Like I think I rated him with like 8 people, and he dropped a 4-minute song for me.
Okay.
Which kind of leads into the answer to another part of your question, like the raid react stuff. For a while, I didn't care if it was one person or a billion people in a raid. Whenever somebody raids my channel and they are willing to share their community with me and entrust me to like, be representative of the things that they enjoy, I take that a little bit seriously. I have had to change it because I started getting my raid reacts sort of abused. Where like people that don't even stream would just like raid me just to like trigger the special effects and stuff like that. So since then I've put like a limit, a threshold on it. So if it's like a 1-person stream, it just shouts them out in the chat and says, "Hey, thanks so much for the raid," and like puts their like PFP and their handle on the stream itself on the overlay.
Okay.
Because I would get raided by people who never even streamed before, just to try to like prompt the video to play.
Oh.
But then it turned into like this big old Avengers deep fake video with like my face over Captain America. And then it turned into I started working with making my own music, and I have an anime intro for raids if they reach a certain threshold of viewers whenever they raid.
Okay.
I based it off of a number of people and amount of time like the raid response is. There's still actually a hidden raid response that has not been triggered yet that I'm excited for people to see one day because it is stupid.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you got an Easter egg for us then.
One day.
One day. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I
I'm sorry, that was a
guess.
good long way to answer your question. The short answer was entirely self-interest.
Yeah.
I found things that I like that I thought I would like to see on streams, things that I saw that I'd seen on streams that I thought were really cool, and I tried to like just embellish or make them my own thing.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, I'm still kind of impressed by what's his name again? It's the guy that can quickly make a song on stream or some. What was it again?
At the
Was
time that he did it, his handle was that sandwich dude. Now his handle is just Sandy. But he
okay.
actually just did a road trip. He did a road trip last month, and I feel so bad. He was trying to like do live streams in different cities and stuff like that. And while he was stopped in one of the cities, someone broke into his car and stole his
Oh.
whole stream setup.
Oh.
So he's back
Dang.
now. He's back home. He is streaming, but he's still like rebuilding all the stuff he got robbed out of his car.
Ooh.
Because like he literally like made like a setup that he could wear. So like as he's walking around in like cities and towns and stuff like that, he could just like, live stream that
Huh.
while not losing the quality of his streams. Because he's very, very high quality like effects and stuff like that. Fellow green screen connoisseur. But yeah, he lost his PC because basically he would set it up and then like stream remotely like to the place that he was staying at through via his phone. So like all of his channel points would still work, all of his special effects would still work. He would just like be able to like use his phone and a remote camera as his camera while he was out and walking about. But
Yeah.
it stinks. Good things happen to bad people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sadly, that's true. Do you want to put his link in the chat?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but he sounds like a there he is.
Yeah, Sandy.
Yeah, Sandy, there we go. Yeah, that just sounds impressive. I got to check that guy out pretty soon.
100% you do. I cannot
Yeah.
recommend it enough. He's
Yeah.
currently on a Final Fantasy kick. He's in I think he's on Final Fantasy 9 right now. I don't think he's streaming it, but he's been talking about like Final Fantasy and how like, bros, Final Fantasy 7 is amazing. It might be my favorite. Finishes that one, starts playing 8. Bros, Final Fantasy 8 is so awesome. This might be my favorite. Finishes that. Bros, Final Fantasy 9 might be like his energy, his enthusiasm is just contagious. It's fun.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So what do you wish that let me see. Oh, I'm losing my train of thought here, but yeah, so your aesthetic. So what would oh, you know what would it look like had you not had your niche on Twitch? Like what would it look like if maybe you were streaming one day and like you didn't have like any of your setup, you just had like a straight on like a capture card, and maybe your webcam, or maybe not even your webcam. Does that make any sense?
It
What I'm
does.
saying? Yeah.
Like if I went from like the setup that I've built to now, if I like started because like my hardware broke or software broke kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Frame one, I'm disabling all my channel point rewards.
Okay.
Because like I'm assuming that my bot stops working. So if the bot stops working, then channel point rewards won't work.
Okay.
If the camera doesn't work, I do have a PNG tube. If that doesn't work, I just wouldn't use the camera. I would like probably put up like an old picture of myself. If the mic didn't work, I would just put in the title like relaxing, like no mic, no cam type of thing, and it would just be the gameplay.
Yeah.
If stream elements somehow stopped working, then it would literally just be the gameplay stream, and I would look like 90% of the people streaming Marvel Rivals.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not a
Just
that's not a
just
jab at people streaming Marvel Rivals at all. It's just streaming
more
used to literally just be the gameplay, no camera, no mic, no nothing, right?
Right.
Like in the early days, and like that was it. Honestly, that's all you need. All you need is the ability to capture what you're doing. You
Yeah.
don't need a camera. You don't need a mic. You don't even need like a captured card, depending on what you're playing. If you're playing something on your PC, you can just like, broadcast that. If you're streaming like, IRL, you don't need a capture card to stream what your camera on your phone is capturing. You just hit go live now. Like back in the day, it made a difference. If you're streaming something on a console, yeah, you know what the stream looks like? Canceled stream. If your capture card broke, I think that's all she wrote until you get a new
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah.
On
Everything
the
would
flip
be.
side, like you look at one of the largest streamers on the planet, right? XQC has had the exact same loadout or layout, uh, channel points, everything since he started, just because
Yeah.
he's that good at the game.
Yeah.
You don't need a bunch of like weird shit. Like I've got a lot of over the top shit on my channel. Sorry for language. Entirely out of self interest. It's stuff that I think would look cool or stuff that I thought would be fun to see. You don't need to do it. You really
No,
don't.
you don't need to, but it looks nice though.
It's fun. It's fun to
It's
tinker.
yeah, absolutely. It's fun to add more to the stream and just make it look really, aesthetics and which is what we were talking about.
Mhm.
And speaking of software, like what software do you use for streaming?
OBS, StreamerBot, Stream Elements.
Yeah.
For the PNG tube thing, like whenever I turn into Ganon, that's a VADO tuber or VA. I'll just spell it in the chat because it's supposed to be video tube, but it's just spelled weird.
Yeah.
If you
VA.
Google that, that's a free PNG tube thing that you can make anything into a PNG tube. There's a YouTube video about how to turn it into like whatever you want, and the dude took literal screen grabs from like Lord of the Rings of Bilbo Baggins whenever he like yells at Frodo about the ring. He's like, "Get me!" And like he gets like his face gets all scary and shit. Where it's like normal Bilbo and he's like calm and nice, looks like an old man, to like the scary like face.
Hmm.
Like this is VideoTube.
Yeah.
It's free software. It literally responds to your microphone peaking. So like whenever I speak, you can set the threshold, and it'll change what the PNG is.
Yeah.
You can add images of your PNG tube character whenever they're blinking, when they're not blinking, whenever they're speaking and blinking.
Yeah.
You can kind of see like where Ganon's swaying back and forth. Like you can just add like how much they move, if at all.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot though. Like I've seen a lot of like PNG tubers. Like I've never actually heard of the name of the software. I never even really thought to ask, but yeah, no, via I don't know how to pronounce it though.
Yeah,
Via,
I was struggling too. I was like, how am I gonna say that word? But no, like it's free software though. I like it a lot. StreamerBot carries my entire channel. Like full disclosure, my channel is hard carried by one bot. Like there's Nightbot and there's Stream Elements bot and any other number of bots.
Yeah.
I just use StreamerBot because it literally does everything and anything. It's free. The interface looks like Windows 95, but
yeah.
once you get past that, it's like it's free stuff. I don't believe in investing in any kind of product if you're not sure you're going to want to use that product. And I've used that mentality the entire time I've been streaming.
So VideoTube, is that like is it a browser source or is it like an application that you install onto
your application?
Okay.
It's an application, and then like you just like this is the Terry PNG tube thing. I literally just took some screenshots in Smash Bros of Terry.
Okay.
And just took 4 different pictures, added them in there, and now I can be Ganon, I can be Terry. It's got some default ones. You can take any picture you want, and you can just turn yourself into a PNG tuber for free. StreamerBot is for free. Okay. StreamerBot is what makes the color outline change around like my border. Like if you go to my chat right now, I'm not streaming, but like Devin, if you typed in my chat right now, it would change the color of my outline.
To blue.
My channel point rewards that is done through the bot.
Mm-hmm.
My raid alerts, right? Like the raid react stuff. I don't hit any buttons. It automatically cues like, hey, start doing this. Change to this scene in OBS. increase the volume on this, decrease the volume on that, run this video, enable this thing, like on a millisecond like type of control over like just making stuff happen on your stream. My microphone that I've got a Moano microphone that I spent like $80 on.
Okay.
And it's got like an adjustable gain on the bottom of the microphone itself. It's got chromatic color changing, a mute button on top of it, a pop filter, and an extendable retractable arm for $80. And I sound like this for a USB mic. I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
For about 2.5 years when I was streaming, I used my camera on my phone before I actually bought a streaming camera.
Okay. So for those who don't know, which do you like to use better? Do you like to use the Ganon PNG tuber? Or do you like to use the Terry PNG tuber?
Results will vary. I love Ganon, but I main Terry, or I lie to myself and say that I main Terry.
Okay.
Like, you actually kind of see a little bit of the interface there.
Yeah.
When I was changing which one I was on, but like either or.
What's the most
I love
desirable
Ganon.
thing that you want for your stream?
For people to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many like easy ways to like rage bait people,
Huh.
and there are so many like easy ways to like, I don't know, appease certain audiences, right? Like you can like put right in your title something that you know is going to cause people to get pissed off, and they'll click in just to like tell you how wrong you are, or they'll click in just to be like, yeah man, way to go, you like, I agree, hell yeah. Like, no, it's the internet. I just want to have fun playing video games with people.
Same here.
As long as you had a good time and I had a good time, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And even then, me having a good time, that's entirely subject to change.
Yeah.
I miss that feeling that I had in Japan, man. I miss that feeling of togetherness.
Right.
The congregation.
The congregation.
Just folks hanging out, playing games, pushing buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I definitely I agree with you there, because like I mean I'm sure a lot of streamers on the internet are like, oh yeah, I want to have fun, and a lot of people really want to have fun. Also, a lot of people want the numbers. I have learned to just not care about the numbers at this point, because Twitch is Twitch. You're gonna get, if you're a small streamer, it's just you can find your ways around the algorithms and stuff, but it's it's probably not going to work unless if you have something like really really interesting. And I think I have something really really interesting, and yet we're still often in single digits, but I have seen it in the peak in the double digits. But that's kind of me going on a small little tangent there. But
that was hardly a tangent. That was entirely just you giving an example. I agree with you. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
but
like, it's not uncommon to be on like single digits. A lot of people stream in single digits, and I'm also willing to bet that if I went to like oh shit, I can't remember the name of the website off the top of my head, but it's like Twitch info or something like that. Like you can see like metrics for like your game that you're like playing, or your title, your subject that you're streaming under, and you can see like hints or suggestions on like peak times that you should go live at to like increase your viewership. There's all kinds of ways to like increase your metrics.
Yeah.
I think is a nice way to put it. But like you were asking me earlier about like all the different stuff on the channel that I've got, all the like little cosmetic things that I've got on my channel. I really hope that no one else that I know or ever comes across my channel on Twitch thinks that because I have all this weird shit on my channel that I don't know, it like the channel should be larger than it is.
It's easy to think that, though.
I mean, it's self-interest, man. Like that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that's going to differentiate any one channel from another, is how interested you are in making something happen on your channel. And that same principle goes towards larger audiences. Like if I made more stuff on TikTok YouTube Shorts, Instagram, YouTube in general, I could probably see a larger growth in my numbers. But like you asked earlier, what I'd like do on my weekends, like free time, anytime I'm not live, I'm trying to make up lost time with my wife.
Yeah.
That's it. I have a full-time job and I'm a husband. And as far as like hierarchy of things that I prioritize, it's my wife first, my career first, or my career second, and then, streaming for fun.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of fun doing it. But then like, you have other people that like live stream for like 12 hours straight, right? Like Iron Man streams, like long streams, right?
I can never do
Subathons
those.
that just go on for days.
Yeah.
And they had the same viewership. They've got like the same like 7 concurrent viewers.
Yeah.
3 concurrent viewers. You got folks that like look at those peak times for the thing that they're streaming, and it's just like they're still averaging like 1 to 3 viewers. If you're not out there networking, and like by networking, I don't mean like making friends on Twitch. I mean like other social medias to draw people to the Purple app, you're not going to see those kind of metrics. The people that I see that succeeded the most in the short time I've been on Twitch have either been people that make content everywhere else, or people that before I got into Twitch kind of like got grandfathered in, right? Like XQC was an example I gave earlier. He's a goat at video games, so he has that viewership because he's amazing at the game, but he's also one of the pioneers of streaming on Twitch. So he's maintained that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've actually met. I'm sorry.
I think I answered the question.
Yeah, kind of.
Or I'm not. It wasn't a question. I was responding to what you were saying about the single-digit viewership. Like, yeah, it's all self-interest. Like, how much are you willing to put in to accomplish that other thing? I wanted to have a fancy fucking raid effect. I put in time. I made a fancy fucking raid effect. If I wanted larger viewership, I would need to put in that same amount of time, energy, and effort to draw on more people.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You said the Purple app. I was thinking to myself, I've actually met people who didn't know what Twitch it was, and they were like, I don't know what that app is. They should have said, what is this Purple app? I'm so curious. Maybe I should just press that button here. What happened? Oh, butts. What does this button do? That'd be kind of funny.
I felt like such a shill a couple of years ago. So for anyone who doesn't stream, if you didn't know this, depending on the number of subs you have on your channel, there's like thresholds that will unlock additional emotes for your channel. And I was trying really hard to hit a certain threshold to unlock additional like animated emotes. So I put on like my personal Facebook where all of my family is, and they are electronically illiterate. They didn't know that Amazon Prime includes a Twitch Prime, and you can use that to like gift a free sub to any channel you want. So I asked my friends and family, like, hey, if you got Amazon Prime and you don't use Twitch like ever, just do me a favor, click this link, connect your Amazon account, use your Twitch Prime account. That is free money for me that you've already spent on Amazon. And they did it. And I was just like, hell yeah, thank you, family. And then like a week later, that shit happened with Twitch where they had that massive drop off of recurring payments that people had set up where like they just stopped recurring. I was just like, son of a bitch. I could have made $3.50 this month. You know what I'm talking about from a few years ago?
I forget what happened with the drop off. Are you talking about like the 50-50 split, or are you talking about
like something went wrong with the way that they were processing payments.
Oh.
So any recurring payment that didn't get updated after like that patch just was gone.
What?
So if you got a buddy who like supported you whenever you started streaming and they haven't logged back into Twitch to like use their Amazon Prime sub, they're not subbed anymore. That money for you is gone. And that money that they already spent on their Amazon Prime account isn't being spent anywhere else.
What?
Yeah, this was, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it was awesome because Twitch was like, we're sorry. We're so sorry. We're not going to do anything about it. But I was just mad because like the timing was perfect. Like I literally convinced like friends and family members who never freaking use Twitch, but like use Amazon for like deliveries and like Amazon Prime Video and stuff. They're like, "Oh, okay, sweetie, we'll click on the thing. What does it mean? What is my email?" Uh, just talking these folks through how to make it happen, and then like 3 weeks later, our bad. Sorry, everyone. I got buddies I haven't talked to in like the last 3 years who literally only like made a Twitch account to drop the sub on the channel to like help me out. And I really don't want like the next piece of conversation that I have with them to be like, "Hey man, remember the time I asked you for free money? Can you do it again, please?" I know we haven't talked in 3 years. I hope your kids are good, but
Yeah.
I want more emotes on the channel, man.
I don't remember that. What the heck?
It was kind of hilarious. I think it
It
was right.
sounds like it sucks. Or it sucked. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, hilarious that like it fucking happened, but I don't exactly remember what caused it. What just happened to my thing? I literally have your stream up, and Twitch just automatically changed it to a different stream. I had to click back. I'm okay now, but like,
Okay. Yeah, I remember you talked about that the other day. It's gotta be a browser issue.
it's probably a browser issue. I use a very specific browser, so I never have ads.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Like,
Yeah.
what would your channel look like if you went to go live one day and your stuff was broke? What do you think your channel will look like?
That's a
Your
scary thought, man.
Isn't connecting. Your camera didn't work, and all you got is a capture card and a dream. What do you got,
Dude? That if we had Vanilla Devin, right? Vanilla Devin, that would not look good. I mean, having just straight up gameplay and like nothing worked, I would have been like, okay, first of all, I need my mic to work. Okay. If my mic does not work, I'm not streaming. I'll be honest with you, man. I've watched Twitch streamers where like, yeah, there's no mic today. And I was like, what? You're so weird type chatting with us. Like you're not
no
like,
mic, I'm out.
no, that's how I am. Yeah. I'm like, no mic. Sorry. I'm out here. So I'll be honest. Like I want to hear a microphone bare minimum. Right.
Yeah.
And so I knew this one streamer who was the absolute most inconsistent streamer I've ever known on this entire planet called Earth. And I was thinking like, dude, he like most of he okay, anytime he would play Brothers, like sometimes he would have his mic on, and then other times he would be like playing other games, and like you never knew when he was going to have his mic on or when he was going to have his mic off. In fact, actually, to be honest, I think the majority of the time he had his mic off, right? And so one day I was finally like, hey, is your mic working? And he goes, he like turns his mic on, he goes, okay guys, so yeah, my mic is on now. How are you doing? Is is everything? You're looking like, wow, this guy sounds like creep.
Uh,
But I couldn't stand that, so I have to have at least my microphone working. But yeah, vanilla form of a stream, I would not enjoy that as much. I mean, I love my graphics. I've done graphics now for 14 years, and I've had formal education. I've had freelance graphic design experience. Like I want to use that wherever I can, but if I absolutely could not, okay, fine, but so that would be dreadful. But yeah, my stream would definitely not be the same, especially if like my Spotify didn't work. Yeah, music is a big part of the stream too, so like music changes the feel of everything, and if that doesn't work, then wow, we don't have a lot of gears turning here, and yeah, I would not be cool with that.
So, follow-up question. that was like you said, Vanilla Devin. Vanilla Devin versus now, you learned a lot coming along, right?
Oh yeah, I learned.
If you saw your channel where it started, like if you just fire up Twitch and you see a channel that looks like yours when it first started, are you gonna feel like, I hope that they accomplish what they want to accomplish and get to, like, create what they want to create, or would you just think like, oh God, that used to be my channel. I don't want to do that again. Because
Um,
I'll answer first. I don't want to put you on the spot. That's kind of like that's kind of a shitty question to ask you.
no, I don't mind.
I know what I like to see, so
Yeah.
I'm only going to tune in and check out the stuff I like to see. For me, no mic, yeah, that hurts, but like I don't mind like chilling and just like watching somebody like struggle bust through a game. No
Yeah.
camera. If you have a camera but no microphone, what's wrong with you?
Nah,
Um,
just like
I
use
don't need a
use
camera,
body words.
but for me, like, if all you're doing is playing a game, you have no microphone and no camera, why would I watch you instead of YouTube? If you gotta stop playing the game completely to type in the chat, why would I watch that instead of YouTube?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think to answer your question though, I mean, I don't really feel like there's any. I mean, part of just being a human being is just making progress and stuff. So it's like I've
100%.
watched, I've watched some of my old videos before and I was like, yeah, I did struggle with like audio, and I also didn't know all the technical aspects of OBS that I do right now. So, um, so there was a lot to learn, and of course, people have to start somewhere.
100%. That's why I
Yeah,
asked the question, because like, if I looked at my channel whenever I first started, it looked very different. But I don't
yeah,
think that I would. I don't know if I'd be able to control myself from like looking at it through rose-colored glasses. I think the main reason I asked was because like, the more you like tinker, and again, self-interest, wanting to like do something specific with your channel, the more it's going to change what you look for, and no one's going to watch something that they're not like interested in if they're
yeah.
not seeing something that they're like aesthetically pleased with.
Well,
I
yeah,
know I would have watched my channel when I first started because I made sure that I had like the things that I wanted to see.
yeah,
But I only asked the question to you because like you mentioned, like, everything's broke, how would you do it?
yeah,
And like, yeah, no, I'd have a PNG. I'd have audio. I've never had music before. You mentioned Spotify. I've never used Spotify or any of those other music things just because copyright strike stuff.
yeah,
And I know how to separate my audio files so I can stream music and then it's not appearing in the VOD. I don't get muted. I
yeah,
just I don't know. I've always wanted to like prioritize the active thing that was happening on the stream.
yeah. No, I think at most, for like some of the stuff that older stuff that I've made that I probably just haven't seen in a very long time, I would probably cringe at it at most.
Oh, that's called
Um,
growth. That's fine.
yeah, oh yeah. Just a
That's just growing.
normal part of being, yeah, normal part of being a human. So, I mean, I actually watched one of my videos from when I was on like early on YouTube. This was probably 2009 ish, right? 2009. And so I was learning Spanish, Oh no, it couldn't have been that, because I didn't know Spanish in 2009. That was 24. No, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Um, I was learning Spanish in 2009. So, like one of the weird things, like there's this phrase that I absolutely love to say, on in Spanish, and so I said it on YouTube. I was like, yeah, well, I was a kid back then, but still, yeah, no, not. I'm glad I've moved on from that.
No, that's just growing, man. Like,
Yeah,
I was born in the '80s. I'm an old ass man. There's some shit that I said growing up that like as a kid at the time was acceptable things to say. And like you said, like, if you looked at something like, from 2009, like 11, 15, 16 years ago,
yeah,
it might be a little cringy. That's just growing up. Like, I know a lot of the shit that I said when I was growing up, I wouldn't say now, because not because like I'm not allowed to, but because like growing, it's like, oh, okay, not only is that like really inappropriate, that's super insensitive, right? Like,
Dude,
there's
right. I guess it can be
and there's
kind of a
also the words
good
that you
thing
just know
though,
you never get to
because
say. There are some words you just do not say,
yeah,
right? Like whenever you're talking to, anytime you're talking to a woman, you do not say love because that is just a knockout punch. You're gonna get locked in, get one of these things on your finger, and all, the next thing you know, you're like taking out the garbage and riding a minivan. And then there's like more bad words that will just get you beat up.
oh yeah. I think in a sense, being cringing at it, like I said, it's normal. Like you can't say it's not normal. It's normal. But yeah, it does show a lot of growth. So yeah, no, I totally 100% agree with you on that. Let me go ahead and get into this slightly darker questions here for Twitch streams. So if you had somebody who was trying to be like really on the down low, right, about let's say trying to take down your community, right, and it wasn't obvious, but it was there. Like, how do you deal with those viewers
Like while I'm live or like
while you're
behind the scenes,
live?
like on Discord and like on Twitter and like other social media platforms.
Yeah, while you're live.
I'll just ban them.
Hmm.
Frame one. It's a big internet. It is a really big internet. And if they're out to like pick a fight with me, cool. Good luck. Your arms are too short to box with God. And on my own channel, that's your role. You're the dungeon master of your own channel. Like that's the reality of it.
Like, even if they're like being like super subtle about it, like you would just be like, "Oh, he's doing this." Like, get rid of them.
I might give him a few strikes. Like I had a long-term subscriber, one of my first subscribers actually on my channel, was being notoriously just toxic for like no reason. Like to me and like some of the other regulars, they would kind of banter and go back and forth with,
Yeah.
but like they'd lose against like somebody who's like first time chatter, like GG, and they would just respond like, "Oh, you troll ass character, it's garbage, and all you did was spam this button." And they did this to the point where like on like I don't know, like their 8th month sub anniversary on the channel, they were doing it again to a brand new like first time chatter, first time in the arena, and they did it again. I was just like, "Hey man, look, I think you're fun, but like the channel is supposed to be for fun, and you're being
Yeah.
a dickhead constantly to new people, so you're out of here." I just banned them.
Yeah.
They tried to repeal it, and I don't know if you knew this. If you close a ban appeal, they can resubmit the appeal. So I just left it open to be reviewed, so I never
Yeah.
have to deal with that person again because I don't fucking want to. And then a few months ago, they created a new Twitch account. They jumped into the chat. They said hi. We played some games. Recognized within about a minute and a half exactly who the fuck it was because they didn't change their handle on Twitch for the new account they made away from the handle they had on Discord that I banned them in as well. I was like, oh, okay, it's you. All right, I'll give you some leg room. I'll see how you do. And they behaved. They were fine. Still didn't unban them though. It's a big internet.
Yeah.
I don't need that kind of negativity.
No, none of us do. It's just what
Yeah.
kills the vibes, obviously. But it goes without saying, like we don't. Who unless if you yourself are toxic, nobody's gonna like
Yeah, like
toxic
if that's
people.
your channel theme, sure. If that's like the overall thing for like what your channel does is like, jokingly or maybe even seriously like trying to be toxic, cool. That's the kind of channel that it is. That's the kind of people that want to be there. So that's the kind of people they're going to encourage. You are the shepherd of your audience, of your community. And if you encourage your community to be dickheads to random people on the internet, you're encouraging being a dickhead to random people on the internet.
Yep.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
How about you? What would you do if you caught somebody being like a slithery snake in your community trying to like downplay or be a jerkwad face head to like other viewers or your community? How would you deal with it? How many strikes are we talking before you ban them?
Well, I've definitely given them the benefit of the doubt before because some people are just awkward, and I'm very aware of that. So if somebody is like if somebody says something that kind of like subtly, like real subtly jabs at somebody, right? I'll be like, okay, that was an odd comment. how many strikes would I give them? That might depend, but I'll say generally probably two if it's subtle. Um, Probably two. I do think that's going to depend on like what the context is. Now, if it's something like I've
Yeah.
actually seen, this isn't even like Twitch related, but this was like on this was on my Discord like long time ago when I was an active Discord server owner. This one person was he kind of like knew this other guy a little bit, but he said some really weird things. And then one day he was saying some kind of NSFW a little bit. He was like, "Yo, I bet you get your like body hairs on the bed." And I was like, "What the like? That's gross." Okay, and my mods and I started talking about it. And we're like, "No, yeah, we can't do that. That's no." So yeah, we just straight up after that we were like we got to drop the ball on that. So yeah, that's if that happened on my Twitch, that would not fly.
Yeah, that you
No.
bring up a really good point. Like rapport, like you mentioned, like depending on the context, like if they know each other, that's a really good point. Like I mentioned before with the guy that I had to ban, they were fine with other regulars on the channel, but with new people, it's like they were going out of their way to gatekeep new people from getting in there. Your situation with your Discord, somebody like starting posting some really like inappropriate shit that
Oh
your
yeah.
channel doesn't endorse.
No.
Like, yeah, no, like, yo, dog, knock it off. They don't knock it off. All right, you're out of here.
Right.
I, I guess my overall answer is like, you are the shepherd of your own community. Anything that you refuse to directly, like, not authorize, you are encouraging other people to do. And then it's just rapport, right? Like, I was playing Smash Bros. Last night, and Mussolini was in the chat. I've known Mussolini for 4 years now, almost the entire time
Yeah.
I've been on Twitch. And I will say things to him that I will not say to other people because I have that rapport with them, right?
Yeah.
I'll name call people. Like one of my favorite people to like talk trash to whenever I'm streaming with them is Pocdeuce. He's another YouTube streamer. Or I'm
I've
sorry,
seen
Twitch
that
streamer.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good at the game. He's actually the best player in my region, and I know where he lives. We hang out. We are road tripping to Supernova in August,
Okay.
and he will beat the farts back into my ass in Smash Bros. And I'll just stare right in the camera and be like, I hate you. I hate you and your stupid great combos and perfect micro spacing, and you're also handsome and funny. Jerk. How dare you?
Nice.
At least I was funny. You gotta be good at the game, good looking and funny. I think like I'll rip into him like stuff like that. Moose don't make fun of his beard because he can't grow one, but I mean
where's the
like
fluff, man? You're missing it. Yeah.
no, like you said, like that rapport, right? Like depending on the situation, depending on how well the people know each other, is going to dictate, is going to influence at least like whether or not someone gets banned.
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't know. I
yeah.
feel like a lot of people also use like Twitch streamers as a doormat for their trauma dumping. I know a lot of like I used to have mental health as one of my tags for my streams because I'm a pretty big advocate for like mental health and well being. But I just kept getting people that would join in and then trauma dump. And I'm like, I'm playing Super Smash Brothers. I was like, hey man, welcome in. How's your day going? Well, thought about wrapping myself around my favorite tree on the ride home from work today. And I was like, damn, you too, huh? Crazy. And they would start to talk a little bit normal. And they'd just be like, yeah, and almost overdosed on my mom's medication today. And it's just like,
Oh no.
brother, we're trying to push
That's
buttons.
that's
So
not
I just
good.
removed that shit. Like people, viewership is just so back and forth. You got to be careful with it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I.
shepherd your community.
Yeah.
Shepherd your community. That's it. I've also seen people that like would stream and like do collabs, and their chat would be eviscerating the other streamer that they were doing a collab with. And then whenever the other streamer would be like, "Yo, man, can you get them to like calm down? Like they're making fun of me for wearing like I've got a cast on because I broke my arm and they're making fun of me for wearing a fucking brace. Can you ask them to fucking relax? And they're just like, I can't control what my chat says, haha. Like, yes, you fucking can.
Yeah, you kind of
You
can.
100% can. And
If
if
you're,
anything, you should.
yeah. Well, kind of to bounce off of what you said, if you're a streamer, you are also a moderator. Like you do not, yeah, you just don't allow that kind of thing. I mean, come on, you know what? I'd be like, dude, what's what's with the distasteful jokes? Like, you know, that's
Like
not right.
it's
Like,
just one thing. It's like if it's a running gag, right? Like I mentioned,
yeah,
Musto's beard that he can't grow. Like that's a running gag. He knows he can't grow a beard, but he still keeps trying. People say he has commitment issues. I say he's really committed to making that beard work. But like making fun of somebody with like a physical disability and letting it happen in your chat, like fuck all the way off.
yeah.
Also, Mackie Cheese wants to know if we're gonna play a game together later.
Um, I mean, that's a good
I-
idea. That's a good idea, but
We'll play charades after this.
charades. That's a good idea. Well, will we play a game together later? I mean, probably. It's getting a little late, actually. I don't know. I mean, I would love to. Don't get me wrong. That sounds like a great freaking idea, but I don't know. Yeah. No, that's trauma dumping.
I'm sorry, I kind of lumped that in with the like, you know,
Yeah,
banning
no.
people for being like subversive in the chat.
No, I understand. I think what bothers me, here's what bothers me is when like I don't care if they vent, right, in the chat, like, okay, you know, venting in the chat, fine. But then they start complaining, like they just keep going on repeat. That's where I draw the line. I'm like, no, do not be complaining. I've done it myself. I'll be honest. I have done it myself. I've been a bad example before. But you know, that's something that I've been improving on. I don't want anybody else rubbing on me, you know, because that, you know, complaining, you know, it's contagious. It's like a yawn or, you know, so, and I don't like it. But yeah, moving on to the next question though, what is your biggest fear in streaming?
I don't think I have any. Maybe, all right, no, I do have one. Forgetting to, like, I don't know if this happened to you before. You raid out, you end stream, but you don't close the software, and for some reason, you're still streaming. I'm worried about, like, getting up after the end of my stream, like going to the bathroom or something, and coming back into the room, like with my, like, just in my underwear or some shit like that. Right? That's something I'm worried about. Because Twitch, for some fucking reason, I'll raid out in their own interface. It knows that I'm raiding out. And it's just like, raid now or wait for the timer. Oh, you clicked raid now? Okay, we're going to raid now. All of your chat's moving over there, but you're still live.
Yeah, but sure, still live. Yeah, that's like,
Why?
can't we like automatically turn off the you know, turn off the stream? Like, yeah,
Yes.
I've done that before once actually. So
I don't care that OBS is still open. I told Twitch to raid out. Just end my broadcast. Just end it. Just end it. I would rather see after the fact, after like thinking I'm live for an hour and a half, that the words "stop streaming" are still open on OBS than find out that I was streaming myself, picking my nose, and like, I don't know, bringing up the Orange app. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. One
I
time.
know at least one other streamer who like raided out. They thought they ended the stream. They actually fell asleep at their computer, and they woke up like hours after they had ended their stream. It's like me and one other person in the chat like talking to each other, and dude like snores himself awake, stands up, full frontal, takes a piss on his carpet in front of his computer, sits back down, and falls back asleep. And then like 30 minutes later, the other person I'm in the chat with knows them, and they're actually like calling their number. 30 minutes later, they actually like wake up and like they just look at their camera, just like, oh shit, end stream, because they were just so out of it. They were so exhausted. They had no idea. And then just the Discord messages just exploded from him, like, Tell me you're kidding. Say psych right now. Tell me that didn't happen. I was like, no, dog. You need to manscape.
That one made me kind of like, oh, okay, that's
Mac and cheese is writing a horror novel. There you go. There's your premise right there.
it's her premise. Yeah, a horror
I
novel.
did
You
my
want to know
OnlyFans content on Twitch. Now I'm canceled forever.
Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. I once, when I was living with my parents, right? Okay. One time, this almost happened. My father, because my camera was not, this was not my camera angle at the time. My camera was over here to the opposite side where you can see the hallway right behind me. Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah. And my father, I told the story before, my father almost came downstairs in his boxers and he got himself in the camera frame, and I was like, I probably should turn that off.
Let's change this real quick.
Yeah, change the scene a little bit.
I had to warn the wife before we started, like, hey, sweet, just I'm not using the background removal, so if you need to go like to the bedroom or like back there anywhere at all, just let me know so I can shut the door. I can't leave the door shut because it gets so hot in this room.
Oh.
It's like an oven. It feels like it's about the temperature of Satan's taint. It is just so warm if I shut that door. So I need the condition. I need the airflow.
Yeah.
So I let her know, like, hey, if you need to go to like that side of the house at all, just let me know so I can shut the door. Because maybe that's my biggest fear. Is like, because my wife, she encourages me doing the stream thing. She encourages me to be on Twitch, but she doesn't want to be on the stream, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I've tried convincing her to like do like gags or skits and stuff like that, and she's just like, no, like I'll throw something at you, but I'm not putting my face in the camera.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
maybe that or like, ending stream and the stream not ending and like me doing something like walking around my underwear. I'm not like ashamed of my body or anything, but I don't have a lot of fears honestly about streaming. Maybe I misunderstand the question. Like if I go live and nobody shows up, cool. I'm still gonna play a video game.
Yeah. That's how it is. That's been me a few times. More than a few times.
Yeah, I started streaming Smash Bros. Right, like it's been most of my channel. That still is most of my channel, and it feels like every time that I'm not doing Smash Bros, the people that tune in for Smash Bros just don't have anything to do with it. Like they're just there for Smash Bros, and that's fine. That's their thing. Trying to get away from Smash Bros is like basically restarting your entire like followership, your entire viewership from scratch because people like what they like.
Yep.
Like my answer to your very first question, self-interest. I'm gonna do the things that I want to do, that I want to see happen, and I'm gonna hope that people enjoy it with me.
Yep.
People are gonna watch what they want to watch on Twitch because there's only so many hours of the day. They're gonna go and watch what they want to see.
Yeah. It's what they want to do. They be them.
What are your fears about streaming, other than your like dad coming over for a random visit in his underwear? What are your fears of streaming?
Well, I wouldn't like. I guess for me, because I wouldn't really call this a fear, right? I would call this more of like I don't want to do this. This is like more of a dread than it is a fear, right? Does that make any sense? So yeah. So there's been a couple of times since I've been in this apartment where my ISP was kind of not exactly doing so hot, right? It was very much a drop frame fest. And my audience who has either seen all of my podcast VODs or have been there for those kind of technical issues where like you'd see the OBS frames like drop on stream and you would like your movement was like super like jaggy kind of thing, Your
PowerPoint Twitch?
Yeah, PowerPoint Twitch. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. I like that. It didn't look it was very very much one of those things where I'm like, oh, and I ran out of all my troubleshooting resources like after the second time it started happening, and everybody remembers, so I'm not like gonna drag out all the details, but that's like my most dreadful experience, or you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
as far as my biggest fear, it would probably, what is my biggest fear in streaming? Because the honest truth is I don't have that many um hmm, you could probably say I'm pretty, I don't want to say anything too soon, right? But like getting hacked is a thing on stream, and like somebody
Mhm.
else streaming on my account could be a problem, right? So I'm gonna go for with that for now, but it's really been a while since I've thought about it, but but yeah, I would say probably somebody else like getting, streaming on my own account, and like you never know, like they might do something inappropriate on there, or God
Yeah,
knows
something that
what,
gets you banned outside your control.
yeah,
That kind of goes back to like the whole like thing about shepherding your chat. Like, as a streamer, you're responsible for everything said. For
yep,
anyone who doesn't know this, like I'm not live on Twitch right now. I could violate all of Twitch's terms of service, and Seventh Devil would be responsible for it. So like doing podcasts like this, doing interviews like this, that's a huge gamble, huge risk.
yeah,
And hats off to you, Devin, for having the huevos to do it,
yeah,
because I'm not that brave. Um, but yeah, get like if your account got hacked and somebody did something inappropriate and violated Twitch's terms of service, that's your channel. That's
yeah,
not them. That's not their ISP. That is your channel, and that is starting over from scratch because someone's a dickhead,
right.
all on the
Literally.
internet.
Maybe literally. No, I was gonna say maybe literally, but no.
Maybe if they got the haircut for it.
Yeah, yeah. So let's flip this over its head. Who was the very first Twitch streamer you visited or
Elrose 44.
followed? Who?
Elrose 44.
Elrose 44. Okay.
I think it's 44. It might be Elrose 4. He took a really long break. He's a dad,
Oh,
and
okay.
he was going through some life of post COVID.
Oh,
But
okay.
um, I know it was Elrose. I just don't remember the numbers exactly. I'm trying to find him right now
Okay.
because I still follow him.
Okay.
Fun fact: you can only follow 200 channels on Twitch before it stops allowing you to follow people.
Oh,
Don't ask me how I know that.
I wonder how many channels I follow, because I don't even know. I follow a lot of channels though. Um. So
Yep,
yeah.
Elrose 44. That
Elrose
was the first person.
44. Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
same one. I
Okay.
uh I was streaming on Facebook, and that was entirely because I didn't know like how Twitch worked. And then one day I was just like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna like I followed a few people on Facebook and kind of got a feel for like aesthetics and things that I thought looked neat. But I didn't like that Facebook didn't have channel point rewards and that the emotes were kind of static across the entire board. So I was like,
Oh.
I'm gonna try Twitch. And I checked out Twitch, and this was like one of the first channels I found on Twitch
Okay.
back in like 2020 or 2019, 2018, whatever.
Yeah.
And this dude is just playing Smash Bros, yelling at the chat the way that like I yell at like my childhood friends whenever we're like together and like fake arguing over stuff. And I was just like, this is it. Yeah, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And then they saw seeing the emotes in the chat and stuff like that, and somebody like redeemed a channel point reward, like he had to go do push-ups or something. He was just like, all right, we're after this game. Hang on. Damn it. All right, hang on. Goes his controller up, gets up, spins around like where you see, he's just like, all right, and just started doing push-ups in the middle of a match of Smash Bros. And I was just like, Mother of God. And I
Yeah.
wasn't even streaming it on Twitch. I wasn't even streaming yet. Like I mentioned, like after like following him and like tuning in a couple of times that like I was thinking about it. He was like, "Bet dog, you start streaming, I'll be there." And I got my first ever notification. Elrose 44 is following you, and I was like,
Oh.
"This is so much nicer than Facebook."
There you have it, dude.
Yeah, first person I followed, and one of the first people followed me.
That's really cool. Holy crap! So it's follow for follow kind of, except it's legitimate. It's yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know the rules either about like Facebook or not Facebook about Twitch yet. I didn't realize that like you shouldn't mention in another streamer's chat that you stream. And then
Oh.
I kind of shot myself in the foot because I already locked in the handle Moss Presents, which just sound like the only other thing other than presents at the end of your name that screams I also stream is TTV.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not knocking anybody who uses that in their handle, but like if it was Moss TTV, you would immediately know, oh, okay, this asshole streams, and they're in my chat now. And now I have like this really weird like fear of just trying to be in someone else's chat or like hanging out in someone else's stream and getting shouted out. And it's just like, bro, I'm here for the you show. You don't have to, like, I appreciate the shout out, but like, I'm here for the you show. This isn't the me show. Like, thank you, but don't do that. I'm just happy to see you.
Right. Yeah.
How about you? Do you remember your first?
I remember the first. Yes. Fatality Falcon.
Oh, Griffin.
Yeah. Griffin. Yeah. He was back in 2019. Like early 2019. Like I signed up for Twitch because I was like, oh hey, this guy's pretty cool. I guess I'll go ahead and follow him. I wasn't even like big into Twitch back then. I wasn't a Twitch streamer. I've like I was hearing stuff about Twitch, and I was like, streaming sounds nice, but don't. And I had the wrong impression that hey, you had to like purchase all this professional equipment, and you had to do X, Y, and Z in order to apply to become a streamer.
Engineering degree to be able to stream on.
Or masters in graphic design or live production or something like that, but I was very wrong about that, actually. I didn't know about how Twitch actually worked. I thought they just had like not really hire you, but essentially hire you, right? And then I saw like I decided, okay, I'm gonna go on this guy Griffin's channel. Oh, he seems pretty popular, which wasn't like the reason I followed him, but he was just really, really laid back about things. And then he's like, oh, you're in Georgia too, dude. I'm in Georgia. Let's go ahead and meet up at a local. And I was like, okay, I don't know this guy, but
stranger danger. Stranger on the internet that we should hang out.
And then
I've been raised to not do that.
And then we ended up in a public place at a local in Smash Bros.
You didn't know the 404, did you?
Huh?
Was it 404? I'm not trying
No.
to dock you, but I feel like anybody who's in the Smash scene knows what 404 is.
No. I know what 404 is. I've never been in 404. I was in I don't even remember what the local is called, to be honest. But
different part of town. I'm sorry for calling you out. I shouldn't have asked you about geographic specifics.
No. I wasn't even gonna say really, but it was a local, right? So yeah, no, it was pretty cool. He was a nice guy, but yeah, that was a drive. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part of that story is that you found Fatality on Twitch and didn't realize or didn't know that he was the greatest Captain Falcon player on the planet at the time.
At the
And
time.
he was like, oh yeah, no, you seem really cool, man. You want to hang out sometime? That's all right. That's a little forward, but yeah sure. Why not?
Yeah, it's like, okay, we're in a public area. Yeah, sure. Why not? I guess.
There are witnesses.
There are witnesses. Yeah, let's look around. Mac is there. No, I'm just kidding. But it's like, hey, here's Moss. Hey, Moss. Yeah. No. So
I apologize for the PNG thing going away. I had to I'm turning that on and off whenever my wife needs access to the other part of the house. So I'm just like filtering. So I apologize.
Mac
goes, Gannon will come and go.
Mac goes, I was there. You remember that? Remember when we were meeting up at that local?
That's the stranger that was actually the danger. Just Mac over there in the corner with a digital camera, just
yeah, evidence. He was so dangerous. He was so shady. No, I'm kidding. I was watching for afar. Yeah. Oh, that's even weirder. you're watching with binoculars and you're like, what is Devin doing? What is what are all these people doing? Like, okay.
He's
Anyway,
wearing the same shirt he wore on stream yesterday.
yeah.
This man doesn't take showers.
Oh gosh.
They're not washed.
Don't get me started on that one. Oh gosh.
Yeah, Smash Bros.
Yeah. So now it gives me
There's
ideas.
a reason. There's a reason. It's a reputation that we hate.
I'm glad that you have ideas for your horror novel, Mac. Now, congrats. You can write about stalking people.
It was entirely too much context between like them mentioning the horror novel and now.
Yeah.
It could be fatality. It could be like how to stalk 101. It could be like, the guide to like equipment you need to stalk. It could be what Seventh Devil was wearing on his last stream. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, he's wearing an exercise shirt. Anyway, what was I don't even remember what I was wearing. So when you're watching like other streams, of course, other than people to being toxic, right? What are your favorite and least favorite things that appear in like another Twitch streamer?
Follower only chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hang on, Ganon's coming back. Green light. Sweetie.
So follower only chat is your least favorite thing. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if I tune into a stream, or if I don't mean to sound elitist at all about this. Protect your brand, protect your channel. But if I see a channel that is follower only chat, like I haven't even gotten it. Like the ads haven't even started playing yet. I don't even know if I like you yet, and I have to follow you to be able to like say hi. Fuck off,
Dude.
like that. Like I like Mewtwo King, right? I think he's very good at Super Smash Brothers. Follower only chat. I have unfollowed Mewtwo King because just because of that.
Yeah, follower only chats.
Like, I get it for safety reasons, but also if you spend more than 15 minutes on just using Google, you can find ways to protect your channel without having to like gatekeep the communication.
Yeah. That is a good point. I don't
You don't
like
have follower only chat on, do you?
What?
You don't have follower only chat on, do you? Because
No,
I
I don't.
honest,
No.
I didn't check. I've been following you for entirely too long, and I've never seen it come up.
No. I don't like that. I don't like doing follower only chat. I mean, I follow people, but so oftentimes like I'll notice that like when I follow them, I'll be like, no, I don't like this guy. I'm just gonna unfollow him. There's this one guy. I think he had a follower only chat, but he just got way too personal, kind of in a sense, right? Like he seemed like a really cool guy at first, but then people started like somebody mentioned something that kind of sounded political, and then he was like talking about it. I was like, no, I don't want access to that. I'm unfollowing. Yeah, no. But
Look, this is the turd midair about to hit the fan. I'm gonna get out of here before that shit hits the fan.
it was too late for that for me.
This
I was
is how
like,
it
well,
starts.
yeah.
No, I mean, like as soon as like what you were talking about, like as soon as that starts happening, it's like I've seen this on TikTok before. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
How did you make that PNG? I took some pictures and I used a free software called GIMP. It's basically a Wish.com version of Adobe, or not Adobe, Photoshop. Yeah, Adobe Photoshop. And I cleaned it up and then loaded it in the software VideoTuber, which I plugged earlier in the podcast.
Mm.
It's free.
It's free.
Well, follow only chat probably is my only niche, or not niche, pet peeve. But what's yours though? If not follower only chat, like you mentioned, like they just started getting onto politics and it was like, you know what? No.
Yeah, no.
If I want people talking about politics on my channel, I don't want to watch channels that are talking about politics.
No. Yeah, no. I mean,
it sucks too because you said had followed already.
Everybody knows that my least favorite thing on Twitch, whenever I come into a person's stream, I at least want it to look pretty nice, at least presentable. But then when people start to distort the aspect ratio of their gameplay or their webcam, then people already know. I think that's a federal offense. Like you should never, you should never, you should never.
Federal offense? Brother.
Like you should never like distort your graphics. It's graphic design 101. Okay. But no, I also don't like politics. Speaking of, so yeah,
politics. I agree with politics. That makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I can't do politics, man. So that's definitely another least favorite thing, because that's an immediate like, ooh, that guy is yeah, he's gonna bring the news to his channel. He's gonna bring like, and nothing wrong with it. I mean, you kind of have to watch certain things every once in a while, but like I don't want to access that. But yeah, what's your favorite game though? What is your favorite game? Okay, Mac, you actually kind of scared me that time, like legitimately. Wow. How loud is my volume now? It is kind of loud. Let me turn down the volume. Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't even realize how loud my volume was. Holy heck. What is your favorite game to stream, or not to stream? What is your favorite game to watch on any streamer stream?
I'll be honest, I don't think there's a single stream that I watch because of the game they play. Like like I said it earlier, if I wanted to watch just someone playing a game, I got YouTube. I am heavily drawn towards Smash Bros, but that mostly has to do with like the roots of my channel playing Smash Bros. And Smash Bros is the game that I play more than anything else. But I don't really give a shit about like what game they're playing as long as they're like energetic and I'm enjoying what the streamer is doing.
Yeah. So you're kind of like indifferent, basically.
Yeah, I'm just as likely to watch a Sims 4 stream as I am a Smash Bros stream.
Mm.
As long as like the person's engaged. Like I mentioned before, Sandy, right, the guy who did the song.
Yeah.
They were doing just chatting, and then like as they were finishing that song up, they actually started playing The Sims. And I hung out just because like I was so blown away by like the raid reaction. I was just like, what are they gonna do next? I need to know more. Inquiring minds want to know what else they got. And I was pleasantly surprised by that. So
yeah.
Game, I don't really have a, for my own stream, whenever I'm raiding out, I try to raid out to the game I was playing or a subject that matches what I was streaming.
Yeah.
And if I can't find either one of those, I'll just raid out to a homie because, like I said, follower only chat. I've been burnt too many times by that. I haven't made a lot of new friends in the last few months because I would raid out and I would go to like drop a little message in chat like, you're under attack, raid, yeah, woohoo. And it's just like followers only can type in this chat.
Yay.
Post tab.
Oh man, now I gotta find somebody else to raid.
No, just close. The raid's already happened. All right, fuck it, I'm out. Tried.
Hey guys, come back so we can re-raid. Well, we'll raid somebody else. Come on, guys, come on.
No, I've made plenty of friends on Twitch from Smash Bros, but I have made a surprising amount of new friends on Twitch that don't give a shit about Smash Bros. Right, like Sandy being one of them. Senpai Selection. He doesn't stream as much anymore because like he's kind of got a lot of stuff with his like career going on right now, so he's just busier. Altea, she does a bunch of like Nintendo variety. She does play Smash, but like she's not specifically a Smash Bros streamer. Like there's a bunch of people that I've met. Ringtail 216. Like there's a bunch of people I've met that just don't really play Smash. Like maybe they do, but it's mostly like that initial impression. Like, did I enjoy what I saw? Which kind of harkens back to one of the first questions you asked me about, like, you know, the aesthetics on the channel, like, right, the raid react video, or not raid react video, just the raid video whenever I do get raided.
Yeah.
The whole idea behind that was like, I've got seconds to hook anybody from that raid to stay on the channel. Because I've raided out, I've played Smash for like 4 hours for a stream, right? Heavy, sweaty sets and tons of bros getting smashed. Raid out to someone else playing Smash Bros. Sorry. And I'll see, like, at the bottom right corner where the viewership is, it'll be like, the number increases the exact number of people that I raided over to them with. And within 15, 20 seconds, it updates and it's back down to the previous viewership. You only have seconds to hook people to stick around.
True.
So I don't care if it's Smash Bros. Or if it's Monster Hunter or Sims. I'm more interested in what the streamer is doing than I am what game they're playing.
Yeah.
How about you? What's your preferred content to check out on Twitch?
I mean, other than Smash Bros, like Monster Hunter has definitely been something that I've been pretty interested in.
Do not buy the old Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. You were telling me about that the other day. I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to like. At first, I was really considering it, and then like the character designs on the older Monster Hunter game were okay. I mean, they weren't like something I would be impressed or in awe with, right? I don't know. No, I do. The Monster Hunter Wilds is definitely it had a really cinematic vibe to it. Like, world had a little bit of a cinematic vibe, but also the CGI just wasn't really. You compare World to Wilds, and it's like Wilds just has so much better cinema feel to it.
You can tell that Worlds was their first attempt at making like an Unreal version of Monster Hunter, which, by the way, it was. They've done Monster Hunter since the PSP, and Worlds was their first one in Unreal Engine. Like, they've typically been on like handhelds or Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
So going out on PS4 and doing Monster Hunter World, and Steam doing Monster Hunter World, they were just like, yeah, let's make it as pretty as we can. And you nailed it. Like, you just watching the CGI, the cutscenes and stuff, you can just tell, like, oh, this is the first draft. Wilds is the first edition. I can't wait to see what they do with the next one.
Yeah.
But the next one's probably going to be a Nintendo exclusive, and then they'll make one on the PlayStation 7 or whatever the fuck we're on at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. Who is your most difficult Smash player in open arenas right now?
To play as or to play against?
Play against.
Any of the spheres.
Any of the spheres?
Spheres, yeah. Kirby, Pac-Man, Jigglypuff. There's another one. Meta Knight. When I am just like, when I'm trying to like just Smash Bros and my screen is covered in balls floating around, I just don't know what to do. I just lose all self-control. I start drooling out of my nose, and it's just like, can't go on foot, and I forget how to play. Just too many balls on screen, and I lose all like measure of thought capability. I think I'm almost over my Jigglypuff problem. Kirby can still fuck me up. Meta Knight will probably never stop fucking me up. And Pac-Man's like a 50-50.
Yeah, it sounds like you're allergic to
balls. Yeah, I am allergic to balls.
That kind of sounds wrong, but that's what anyway. But
come on, what guy has never had a problem with too many balls on their screen? Everybody has it at least once. It's 2025. It's normal. It's normal to have balls on your screen.
Yeah.
I hope this doesn't get demonetized because of my jokes and euphemisms about testicles.
No. I'm hoping. I don't think it will, but I don't think so. Yeah, man, Lokolov has been he's been my most difficult, but recently though, like, dude, I don't know if you've seen Ultra Instinct, who goes by Jimmy. Oh my gosh, that guy is he's made so much. Link and Aegis.
Really?
He's really good. Yeah. He's got like he was already pretty good, but then like recently he's been like just climbing up the skill level, and he's got the second most amount of ranked points in my arenas. So yeah, he's doing good.
Did
He's
they start climbing when they picked up Aegis more, or did they just like level up with their just general gameplay?
general
Because
gameplay. Well, really
Link is super
mostly
fucking technical.
Link. Like he's a Link main. He just
Really?
says he's not a Link main, but he's a Link main. It's pretty obvious now by now.
If they
But
weren't before, they are now.
yeah, they weren't exactly. Yeah. What was your you play competitive ultimate, right?
I mean, I attend competitive ultimate. I don't really play it. I mostly play foot strike face technique and go 0-2.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. Well,
I
uh
support locals. I support competitive Smash Bros. But I know that I'm well aware of my where I fall in the hierarchy of skills in Smash Bros. But if it means like spending $10 to go 0-2, but also play friendlies for like an hour at a local, I'm down to spend $10.
there you go. What's your favorite mode of Smash?
Favorite moment in Smash?
Yeah. Like one versus ones, doubles, free for alls, elite Smash.
I feel like doubles is often hilarious, but favorite way to play Smash right now, easily Ganon Dittos.
Oh, yeah. I can
I
see
feel
that.
like Captain Falcon was like just the guy for so long. Everybody had a Captain Falcon in every Smash game until this one. And now everybody has a Ganondorf, and he is so hype and so silly and funny to just like he's just a goofy character. I think he's hilarious. And I love Ganon. So I like Ganon doubles or Ganon Dittos. Hell, Ganon doubles. That'd be awesome.
Shoot.
Or
Ganon doubles.
Ganon.
There we go. You got an idea now. You got to publish it.
Ganon doubles only arena.
Yeah. There you have it. What games do you want to play in the future on stream?
That new Marvel beat 'em up that's coming out later this year.
Which Marvel?
I don't remember because they just had a mobile game come out for it, and it looks like the
Oh,
same mobile game they've made like 4 times already. But there's an arcade beat 'em up coming out later this year by the same people who made Nintendo, or not Nintendo, I'm sorry, Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Did you play that?
no, I did not.
Oh,
I'm not keeping up with it though.
did you
Work.
play? Did you play like the Ninja Turtles 2 arcade game ever?
I'll be honest, like I've watched the shows, but I've never played the games. Like,
Sir, did you have a childhood?
yeah, but
I'm having a hard time believing that you had one if you didn't play a Ninja Turtle game. All right, they've been out there that long.
maybe my childhood it was just built different. I'm just messing around.
When you got next thing you're gonna say, your parents are still happily married.
Well, I mean they are.
Fucking jerk! Go play Ninja Turtles until your parents get a divorce, like the rest of us. Don't do any of that. I hope nothing but the best for them.
Hurtful. Okay. Let's see. But yeah,
It's Marvel Cosmic Invasion is the name of the game. It is an arcade style beat 'em up with like some small action RPG elements to it, as far as like you get so many KOs in a level, or like throughout the character's save file, you unlock an additional skill point, which you can choose to spend on like bonus damage or extra health, or like a different combo string that you can use to like defeat bosses like that. But I think it's flexing 18 characters at launch. They may do DLC, but I'm mostly looking forward to it because the same company that is making that game are the same people who made Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, and that was like just a revitalization of the arcade beat 'em up. And I love me a beat 'em up. I love two specific kind of games, right? Action RPGs will always be like my favorite genre of game, and then arcade beat 'em ups, co-op cozy beat 'em ups. I fucking live for that shit. So getting Marvel arcade beat 'em up with RPG, like action RPG elements, brother, sign me up.
there
How
you
about
go.
you?
Yeah.
What do you got on the horizon?
I mean, I'm thinking of Metroid Prime 4, but I also kind of think that really does depend on like what the concept of the game is. But if it's not really Metroid Prime 4, I mean, I'm still considering there is one game that Jimmy actually a while ago, like along probably last year, suggested. He's like, "Hey, there's this new game that's coming out pretty soon. It's called This Dead Winter," and it's an interesting game. It's kind of like not Strife. Uh I hate it when I can't think of names. Um what's that cat game? It was Stray. Stray.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of like that game, except you're a fox. I mean, you're kind of like Firefox. It's Firefox the game. Okay. It
It's
looks
kinda
so
like Stray,
good.
but you're a fox this time.
Yeah, you're a fox and you're a Firefox, not just any fox. Um
I'm a browser?
You're a browser. Yeah, you're a browser in real life ish. Not really. Um no, it's that is a game that I want to purchase, but it's still not out on Steam and I don't know when it's coming out. And it doesn't know either, so I don't know. But I would love to play that game.
How do you feel
But
about games that do early access?
what was the question?
How do you feel about games that do early access? Like
It's good for
games that
like
go ahead.
if you're basically like beta testing, like early, like if you get your hands on a game early access like that's pretty cool because like you could get some really good content from that, right? um that's I think that's actually really good. It would be good for your channel, depending on like the game. I feel like that's my stance on early access. I've never really done that before, to be perfectly honest. Like I've never gotten my hands on a game like before launch, but I would be down for that actually. That would be kind of cool.
We are talking about like games that like for a price you get for early access, not like a code where you get to try a game out like a demo. I mean like, hey, this game's not available on early access. If you pay $35,
That's what I'm
you'll get the game
thinking.
whenever it releases,
Yeah,
but you can also get early access. Is that what we're talking about?
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, when you were
Okay.
asking the question. Yeah,
Well, then you and I are on very different sides of that spectrum.
really,
I am convinced early access is killing the gaming industry.
really. How so?
100%. Because they get your money and they never have to finish the game because they already got your money.
Hmm.
Have you heard of a game called Ark?
I've heard of it. Yeah,
Cool.
I've
So that game released in early access several years ago. It never officially released because after like its early access started like come to its like end, it then released the Unreal version of Ark, and they released Ark Survival Ascended, where for an additional $55 you could buy the game again in Unreal Engine 5. Then they closed the servers for Ark. So if you didn't buy Ascended, if you didn't spend the extra money for the other version of the game, the updated version of the game, your servers were gone. You could play it by yourself, but then the company that made Ark bought the company that hosted the servers, and you cannot have an Ark server that isn't on their servers. Like they literally will shut you the fuck down. So their game that they already sold as early access is now gone forever. They release a new version that costs retail to get early access because it's not done yet because they need the new game on the Unreal Engine to catch up to where they were on the previous game in the old engine, but they still aren't there yet. And then they released a statement saying like, hey, so us making Ark 2, which they announced 2 years ago, was entirely dependent on you guys buying Ark Survival Ascended, and it didn't meet the sales, so we might not make an Ark 2 anymore.
hmm. Hmm.
That is a 1 in like a lot chance of an early access game like massive fucking failure. But between that, FIFA, hell, anything by EA, Call of Duty, any game that you can pre-order to get early access to, I think is hurting the gaming industry. Because they get your money, but they still want to meet their deadlines, so they don't finish the game. And then you end up having to like pay for DLC to get the rest of the game. Yeah, hell. This is a Switch too. You know what this feels like?
I haven't touched the Switch 2 yet, so
You want to know what it feels like?
I heard it feels better than the Switch 1.
Yeah, this feels like the equivalent of buying Switch 1 games to run the way they were initially designed to run. I love my Nintendo, I love my Switch, I love my Switch 2, but a video game console upgrade shouldn't feel like a fucking cell phone upgrade.
Hmm.
The games on Switch 2 run how they should have ran on the Switch 1. They overshot. Never mind. I'm going off on a tangent. Sorry.
Yeah.
Early access is the death of video games.
I've always been open to it, but
I've been burnt. I've been burnt too many times. I'm too cynical.
It's worth looking into for me. But I guess, man, I definitely hate that you have had that experience, though. That
Switch
sucks.
2. Switch 2 is worth it. I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't go into debt to get a Switch 2. You shouldn't have to worry about whether or not you're able to like afford gas to get a Switch 2. You can wait for the Switch 2. It's gonna be there.
That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm waiting for the Switch 2, to be honest.
I feel bad for anybody who buys a Switch 2 and then spends extra money to get the Nintendo Switch 2 Deluxe Edition of Switch 1 games. Like, if you do that, I'm willing to bet that you think that the bartender is flirting with you because they actually like you and don't just want tips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Team Fortress 2 beats all games put out nowadays. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Team Fortress 2 doesn't hold a candle to my Candy Crush saga.
Yeah. Yeah, Max, he's been all over Team Fortress 2 for like the past 2 weeks, so you know. Yeah.
He told me. I think this Sunday we're doing Team Fortress 2, right, Mac? First time ever Team Fortress 2 for me. I gotta install it, but
oh, okay.
Devin, what are you doing Sunday?
I am probably chilling. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I'm just like I am leaning back. Life has gone too fast this year. Not like too fast, but like too. It has been life. So I am hoping that I can just chill.
That's one of the most underrated lyrical lines in all of history was when Smash Mouth said, "The years start coming and they don't stop coming."
Yep.
They really don't stop coming.
Yeah, no, you're right about that, Mac. I was gonna do it, and then there was a few different reasons I decided that I really need to cancel Monday.
Well, if you don't want to stream it and you're not busy on Sunday, you can join me and Mac, or Mac and Me, which is a movie.
We could. We'll
No
have
pressure.
to see.
No pressure.
So, what has been aside from? I'll ask one more gaming question. What has been your favorite game to stream, other than Smash?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3. Okay.
Oh yeah, that game is silly. That game is funny. You asked me earlier about like stream horror stories, like what's your biggest fear on stream?
Yeah.
So I downloaded some mods for Baldur's Gate 3. One of them was like a cosmetic mod for like their clothes.
Yeah.
Because like there's some like outfits that only NPCs get to wear. And I don't know how I fucked it up, but I downloaded this mod and I put everyone in like the clothes that I thought would like be awesome just to see. And one of them, I don't remember the character's name in the game, but she was one of the big villains of the game, and she had basically like a suit that made it looked like if she was wearing like a suit made out of bacon, uncooked bacon, right? So just like all red and like white from like the fat strips and stuff like that in the bacon, and it was just like this, like she looked like she was a vacuum sealed bag of bacon. I was just like, oh yeah, this would look awesome on this character over here, and I just moved the gear around. I didn't actually see if it all worked. So I'm playing the game. I boot up Baldur's Gate, and I'm traveling around my little camp. I don't know if you've ever played the game, but whenever you go to like your little hub, your camp where all the like NPCs are at, all your party members are at, they just like have different like static positions they're standing in. And I just go around a corner, and you just see in the distance of my camera, buck ass naked night elf hanging out.
Holy crap!
Full frontal, because Baldur's Gate Baldur's Gate holds nothing back. Like they full frontal nudity, bestiality, all kinds of
Ooh.
blood. Yeah, you can fuck a bear in that game.
Ooh.
It's consensual.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just went around a corner and there's old girl, naked as the day she was born, not a single hair on her body above her neck. And she's like, "Well, all right, cool." I just looked right at the camera. I was like, "Well, if I don't come back to Twitch, you know why?"
It's like, you know why? I guess I'm getting taken down here.
But
Get,
other than the full frontal elf on my stream, like I've had a lot of fun, a lot of like what the fuck moments playing Baldur's Gate 3. I went on a mad kick for it. Nobody watched it, but I don't care. I had fun.
Man. All right. Well,
How about you? What's your favorite one of these matches?
favorite one, I have to say, well, Tears of the King was definitely one of my favorite, but now since then it has definitely, I'm going to circle back to Monster Hunter Wilds, man. That's been a great game. Very good game. Loved it. Still love it. And I finished that game and I still want to play it. So
yeah, the grind in that game isn't the story. The story is like the tutorial.
Yeah.
And then there's the everything else.
Like everything else. Ranks. Hunting, and I don't know what else I'm going to find out later, but yeah.
So what they do with the games, they release like bi-weekly or even monthly like content packs where like they'll have like a staged event where like you have to hunt a specific monster and like you'll get like a currency for killing it, and then you can like trade that in for a cosmetic costume. So they already did a Street Fighter 6 one, right? Where you could get and put together a costume or like an armor kit for your character. And you're Akuma from Street Fighter.
I've seen that before. It looks kind of cool. I remember somebody even said like when that DLC was just about to come out, they're like, dude, I get to actually play as Akuma like when the DLC releases. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Okay. I've seen it. It looks very, very, very cool.
Yeah, they do stuff like that all of the time, and they will do it for the entire life cycle of that game.
Yeah,
like that's one thing that the Capcom has been really good with Monster Hunter throughout the entirety of Monster Hunter is doing like these themed events, and then probably here in like the next few months we might get DLC for it, which will include more monsters.
Yeah.
So there'll be a different hunter rank that you can level up. Like, this is why I insisted, please God, don't buy Monster Hunter World. The grind is the exact same. And ain't nobody playing Monster Hunter for the plot.
Yeah.
Except maybe you. But in your defense, it's your first Monster Hunter, so you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Like, don't buy old Monster Hunter games. They're not worth it. It's the same grind, the same monsters most of the time, same gear, just different bonuses, different perks, and maybe a different mechanic or two.
Yeah.
I feel like Monster Hunter was Dark Souls before Dark Souls became a niche. Souls Light,
yeah, it can get kind of difficult. Well, we are gonna wrap this podcast up. I think we went what was it? Oh man, it's been great. We made a great amount of time. So
2 hours and 10 minutes ish,
something like that. 2 hours and 8 minutes is what my recording says, which is pretty good. So let's do this here. How on a scale from 1 to 10 would you rate my podcast?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
It was good.
Nice.
You know what? We'll go 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think I could have done better?
Okay, back to 10 out of 10.
Okay, well, all right.
My only criticism is things that I, as a guest, could have done better. I realized way too late during this whole thing that you were asking me questions and I was answering the question and then waiting for the next question instead of asking you to reciprocate. So that's on me.
Okay. So maybe I could have just interacted more, basically.
No, like it's not your fault. I think if anything, just for like people like me who don't do podcasts a whole lot, for some of the questions you could have asked it, and like, for example, for me, it's this, like, like what's one of your what's one of your streaming fears? For me, it's my dad coming in behind me in his underwear on the camera, right? Like this is something I'm worried about having. What about you? Like just a lead in or like an example. But again, that's not really a you thing. That's That's a me not being used to doing podcasts. I've done one other podcast, and I did it before I knew what the fuck a podcast was. So I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah,
I'm a
I'm
big fan.
happy that you are here. Yeah, dude. What's who would you recommend for the next podcast?
Class_TV.
Class_TV.
If not him, Bastress.
I'm checking him out now. Class_TV. I don't follow him, so
He's a homie.
nice.
Class. I mean, I know way too many people that stream that would be like really cool to interview. Dwarfinator, but I don't know if that would go over too well.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, he doesn't have like his name is Dwarfinator, but it's not one of those ironic names. He is a dwarf, like he lives with dwarfism.
Okay.
But that's why I don't know if it'd go over that well, because it's like,
yeah,
people on the internet are assholes.
True. Yeah.
But Dwarf also he does a lot of like YouTube content and Twitch content, so I know that he can handle it. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it, Dwarfinator. I think he'd be awesome.
Cool.
I don't know why I wasted worry. The dude's tougher than I am.
Yeah. I'll have to check into that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a loaded question for me. I spend so much time lurking on Twitch.
That's all good. Let's see. Who do we want to raid today? Anybody got suggestions? Let's see. Towers is on. Cypher Stoves TKD Panda is on. So is Alexander.
Alexander's live?
Alexander's live, yeah. Something about coughing though. Oh dang, Mac, man, he is. Now I can't tell, man. That frying pan is invisible. Like who did he intend that for? What was that frying pan, man? That was a little creepy. Vokex. What's Vokex doing? It says he is streaming Mario Kart World. We could probably raid maybe this guy here. I've got ads though. That's a T. Well, yes. Yes, it is.
I hope he knows what the sound effects from. He put it on his channel.
I hope. I
mean, he's doing a podcast right now. I hope he did his research.
I think
didn't.
that's Team Fortress 2, I believe. Are you sure that's Team Fortress 2, Mac? I don't know.
Sunday. I'm afraid for Sunday, man. I'm gonna get my butt kicked playing a game I've never played before.
Oh man. This guy, he speaks English and Spanish. He's bilingual. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
For it.
For it. You're for it. Nice.
I mean, I can't speak any language other than English and sarcasm, but like
yeah, no, I get
that's
it.
my own fault. Like I said before, my wife's Hispanic. It was weird, man, because like they would be having like conversation, like we go to like family get-togethers, they'd be having conversations, and I would have no idea what's going on. But it also was kind of like cute too, because like they had pet names for me. And I don't speak language, but like they like all of them, her brother, her mom, her sister, they all call me Punta. So I thought it was a fun little nickname.
Yeah. You know what? Let's raid Crazy Claus, who we are having a CB with this upcoming Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. So check out Crazy Claus. Also, don't forget to check out Moss Presents, guys. If y'all have not checked out Moss Presents, you're kind of missing out here, guys. He's got some really good content. You probably shouldn't forget that. Probably want to give him a follow too. He's got his amazing stroke or outline, I should say. That's yellow and it changes color.
You're fine. I do have an amazing stroke. I appreciate you for recognizing that.
Yeah. Nah, for real, man. Yeah, we gotta.
You said it.
Yes. Uh, all right, let's go ahead and rate Crazy Claus. Don't forget to also give Crazy Claus a follow. And y'all have an amazing rest of your week. I will see you guys again, like I said, Friday. It's going to be 7:30 p.m. EST so that we can warm up for 8:30 p.m. EST. We'll do the warm-ups. Don't forget to watch my montage, which is going to be right at the very beginning of the stream, because, man, I'm very excited. I'm super stoked to show y'all that montage, and y'all, like I said, have an amazing rest of your week.